Hi, everyone. My name is Carol. I am the founder of the Sleep Success Academy, and I wanted to do a little different video today because for those of you who don't know, my online program is called the Better Sleep Community. It's something I started this year when I realized that I couldn't keep doing the work one-on-one. I just don't have enough hours in the day to have the impact that I want in the world. And I know that sleep is possible for everyone. And so the Better Sleep Community came in. And in this program, we really talk about what it needs nervous system level wise for us to sleep. But we get a lot of education on the emotional well-being, the mindset and behaviors that get in the way of our sleep. And I wanted to share this one person right now is going through the program, and some of our email exchange back and forth, because that's my job in the program, is to provide you with the knowledge that I know and how you might look at things differently, while your job is to actually do the work, right? And so he's doing the work, he's watching the videos, he's attending the calls, and he's got these questions. And by emailing me, which he's doing his side of the work, I'm able to reflect back to him how closer we are to getting to the root cause of a sleep issue. And it's not something that we can pick out right away. It's something that we have to work at removing layers in order to get to this root cause sometimes. And sometimes it's very quick, but other times it's just discovering who we are and what is getting in the way of our sleep. So as he's doing the program, we always start with orienting, adding some tapping. So there's a lot of education at the beginning that happens to really understand how sometimes our nervous system gets overloaded with everyday stress, or maybe with specific events that happen in the past that are kind of still in our nervous system that we haven't processed yet. But before we can process any of that, we have to be able to build the capacity in our nervous system. And I'm sharing that with you to, once I read the email, you'll know why this is such a big part of fixing our sleep. And so once we do that, then our nervous system has the capacity to feel what we have repressed. And we could feel that with more ease, no need to repress it. And then having the right support and understanding can allow that to release, and then sleep comes back. If whatever we've repressed is what's causing you not to sleep, right? So everybody's got different situation, but we all have this. So he's had, and so I didn't know this about him before this email, but he had in the past events that has stopped him from sleeping. So as we're going back and forth, this is the one email that I'm going to break down for you like I did for him. His email says, I did follow up with my doctor about my chest discomfort and some shortness of breath. For context, around 2014, I experienced something similar and found out that it was some form of rare asthma that I may have. Put on long-term steroid inhaler, and it went for about 6 months that it sucked, being bedridden. That's important there. I came out of that medical thing, so I can certainly deal with this. And so what was happening with him is, while he was doing some orienting exercise, he found that there was a tightness in his chest. He found that he was feeling all the same symptoms actually that he was feeling when this happened to him back in 2014. And so my reply to him was, the first part, so it was like 3 parts I replied. So I did follow up with my doctor about my chest discomfort and some shortness of breath. Awesome. First thing, if you are having physical symptoms that you aren't sure if it's just a stress response or something really bad in your system, please, please, please go see your doctor. Get yourself to a hospital. Like, yes, energy work and tapping is great, but there's also a spot for our medical community. And way better to go get checked out by your doctor than not and then regret it after, right? So first thing, he knew he needed to go checked out, and I celebrated with him that he used one of his resources. So I would call this a resource or a support, where he actually did something to support himself. So he knows, because his doctor said there's nothing wrong with him, right? So first thing that needs to be done. The second thing, he said, for contacts, around 2014, I experienced something similar and found out it was some rare form of asthma. And They put me on long-term steroid inhaler, and it was that way for about 6 months. And during that 6 months, he spent a lot of time bedridden. So my answer to him is, and I'm reading over there, sorry guys if I'm not looking at you, but I'm reading, is that part of the education too, I bring in a concept from Irene Lyon where she talks about the swimming pool and beach balls. And Irene has some free resources on her website where you can go learn this. But basically, what it is like we have one body, to use it in my words. And every time I have a stressor, like I'm putting another rock, I like sometimes to call it rocks in my body that weighs me down. And as I'm putting these rocks in, they have like an emotional imprint, a physical imprint. Like that event just kind of boop comes into my body. So when I'm starting to build capacity, so I'm getting more nervous system regulation, these are going to want to pop out, right? That's the release. But as Michael Singer says in some of his work, if you don't know him, Google him again. He says anything that you've put in there, when it goes to release, it's going to come out with the same intensity that we put it in. And so how can we then, knowing this, know that when he's having this chest discomfort, nothing wrong according to the doctor, how can he support himself in this release, knowing that is just one of those old events from the past and currently releasing in the present day moment? He can use some tapping. He could schedule some time privately with me, either on the Q&A call. We could do some tapping on this, or sometimes I'll offer a one-off session if he knows that this is something that he needs specific help with, instead of doing it on his own. So there is this concept where whatever I've shoved in there and repressed, when it comes out, it's gonna hold the same energy. And that might be the discomfort in the chest. And so education, awareness, he can do this. He's learning the tools and the skills in the Better Sleep community to be able to help himself. Now, the last part is what it's exciting to me. He says, I came out of that medical thing, so I can certainly deal with this. Boom, empowering belief. So we have a belief system that are either limiting or they provide us with this power of we know we can do it. That, the way he worded that, is a belief system that will allow him to do the work he needs to do in order to reduce these symptoms that will lead to better sleep. Now, had he said to me, I can't believe I'm going through this again, this is frightening, feels like I'm going to die, because he can't breathe. So that would be a true feeling in his nervous system, right? That feels like I'm going to die. That is a limiting mindset, limiting belief that then makes it harder for him to do the work. Not right or wrong. It's just, we're just picking out that they're limiting beliefs and empowering beliefs. But the way he replied was very empowering. So why did I want to share this with you? So that you can get a sense of what the work might look like, right? Like, I don't teach by telling you exactly what you need to do. I don't have a sleep tracker for you to track your sleep. I don't believe in restricting time in bed. That's not my approach. And if you're wanting to fix your sleep using that approach, there's other coaches out there, other programs that you can do. But in my program, I really want to provide you with the tools so that you can understand what your mindset is, so that you can have an emotion and know that this emotion is quite normal for the current day presenting issue. And that anger is actually a great emotion. It's not when it turns into rage or hatred or resentment towards someone else, but anger is an emotion that allows us to set a boundary. And when we think of that, then all of it makes sense of why we're not sleeping if we're not taking care of our emotional well-being, our mindset, and our behaviors. So that's it for this video. If you are interested in the Better Sleep community, you can always just book an optimal sleep assessment with me and let's talk about it to see if it's right for you. It is something that I'm truly enjoying because I see the benefit of group work. Hearing someone else with the same issues or problems as you makes you feel less alone, which is something we need when we're sleep deprived. We really need this group of people that can understand. And it is not about what happened to you. It's not the story that we're focusing on, is what's happening in our nervous system, and realizing that, okay, I'm not the only one who's afraid to go to bed at night. Okay, I'm not the only one who is using coping mechanisms because they're really helping me to the best that I can right now. So that's what we are focusing on. So I was excited about this email. I couldn't wait to share it with all of you so you can see that his progress. I can actually wait for, say, 3 months from now to see how much he's been able to apply these tools and where his sleep is then, because it's not a quick fix, but it is a fix with the fact that he will have the tools and the knowledge to be able to keep the good sleep going after for himself. So that's it. If you want to know more about the 3 components to better sleep, if you go to my website, sleepsuccessacademy.com, on the free resource tab, you'll see where you can actually download a copy of what I call the free presentation I did, the 3 key ingredients to better sleep. Call them ingredients in this video because I'm making an analogy of chocolate cake, how you need all the right ingredients to make chocolate cake. The same is for sleep. You need all the key ingredients for better sleep. So go download that video, just educate yourself on what the 3 components to better sleep is, and reach out to me if you have any questions.